Onions production is a major contributor to Nigeria's gross domestic products and provides employment opportunity for many. The national demand for the commodity is 2.5 million metric tons. Are we meeting the demand? What are the challenges of onion production and the way forward? This will be our focus on our discussion on Panorama, coming to you from Sokoto Network Center. I am Sadia Omardiki. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed the conviction that increased collaboration with Africa is the most critical pathway for Europe towards mitigating the current and potential future challenges in supply chain, as well as improving economic opportunities for both continents. Addressing the Nigeria-Spain Business and Trade Forum in Madrid, the president was emphatic that Nigeria in particular is destination of choice for European investors desirous of high returns on their investments. State House correspondent Adam Sambu reports.
With the theme Expanding Business and Trade between Nigeria and the Kingdom of Spain, the forum was jointly organized by Nigeria's Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Nigeria and Spain Chamber of Commerce, as well as the Confederation of Employers.
One of the major objectives of this forum is to garner support for two of Nigeria's most high-impact developmental ambitions, driving strategic and financial investment into real sector transformation and repositioning Nigeria as a major international supply chain to global partners like Spain.
With Nigeria's export to Spain approaching $5 billion and $520 million from Spain to Nigeria, participants believe that a lot more can be done to increase the volume of trade, and this event presents a good opportunity to explore how such can be achieved.
With a gross domestic product of $1.2 billion, Spain is the fourth largest economy of the European Union. Stronger trade and investment ties with Nigeria, which is the largest economy in Africa, is a definite pathway to yet more economic growth for both countries.
Spain has become the second destination for Nigeria, but within Europe we are the first destination, and we represent 30% of all the sales Nigeria offers the European Union, which is why we want for this relationship, which we can definitely call strategic, keep on improving come the future.
And now that global challenges are negatively affecting traditional supply chains, Nigeria says it is ready to fill a great amount of this global demand, especially for Europe, leveraging its skilled labor force, strategic location, as well as production and manufacturing potentials.
We are the largest economy in Africa, and our well over 200 million strong consumer market is home to a range of attractive opportunities. Today provides a platform for Spanish businesses to connect with credible Nigerian partners. I trust that all here present will build relationships that will translate into increased trade and investment flows between Nigeria and Spain.
The president described the forum as an excellent platform to establish and strengthen business relationships, share valuable experience, and collaborate for the mutual benefit of both Nigeria and the Kingdom of Spain.
It is currently a challenging time for the global economy, but I have always held the strong conviction that there is no crisis without an accompanying opportunity and solution. Going into partnership with trusted local and foreign partners who have well-established networks and understand the dynamics of the economy and the country is one of the identified keys to success in Nigeria. We are open to widening collaboration with Spain.
President Buhari used the opportunity to thank the Spanish government for donating 4 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine to Nigeria, promising his administration's continuous collaboration on issues of collective concern like security, health, and shared prosperity. During the event, the Nigerian and Spanish Chamber of Commerce signed a memorandum of understanding to develop joint activities towards building stronger business and economic relationship between Nigeria and Spain. From Madrid, Spain, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari Thursday engaged two Spanish companies doing business in Nigeria, assuring them of a safe, secure and prosperous country. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports. State House.
First to be engaged by the president was GB Foods, which grows tomatoes in Kebbi State with about 5,000 employees. President Buhari told the executive members of the company that although detractors are working hard against government efforts, nothing will be left to chance at ensuring that the entire country is fully secured. He also assured local farmers of adequate protection against smuggling and dumping of foreign products, reaffirming that Nigeria wants to grow what the people eat and eat what they grow. He thanked the company owners for their huge investment in Nigeria, the jobs they create, and skills imparted to the people. Chairman of GB Foods, Arthur Karula, said the company, now in its third generation in Africa, invested over $250 billion in countries like Nigeria, Algeria, Ghana, and Senegal. GB Foods pledged that in about 2 years, it will be en route to supplying 30% of Nigeria's tomato needs, replicating what has happened with rice. At another meeting with Nataji, a leading Spanish gas company, the president expressed pleasure that the outfit has established a steady partnership with Nigeria in the oil and gas industry. The chief executive officer of the company, Francisco Ruins, said its first contact with Nigeria was in 1992, and since then they have become one of the largest buyers of liquefied natural gas. He said Nataji is interested in extending its relationship with Nigeria by investing more on gas, citing its 178 years experience in the business. From Madrid, Spain, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The federal government says it will continue to aggressively protect and defend the interests of all law-abiding Nigerians abroad. President Muhammadu Buhari, who stated this at an interactive engagement with a cross-section of Nigerians in Spain, promised free, fair and credible 2023 elections, as well as a smooth transition to the next government. State House correspondent Adam Sambu has details. State House correspondent.
At the meeting were the leadership and some members of the Nigerian community in Spain, including businessmen, student representatives, and professional soccer players.
The Nigerian community here has been growing every year because of the opportunity that Spain offers to many of us. We are doing our very best to make sure that we represent Nigerians well by projecting the good image of Nigeria and avoiding anything that will tarnish the image of Nigeria.
We have 80,000 documented Nigerians in Spain, and I, as the head of mission, am driving it within the limits of power and rule of law without compromising anything that may be an infraction.
President Muhammadu Buhari described as pleasing to always meet with Nigerians in the diaspora whenever he travels abroad, commending those in Spain for being law-abiding and worthy ambassadors of Nigeria.
I believe that you are aware of how important your character, conduct, and comportment in your daily activities define your roles as ambassadors of Nigeria abroad. I wish to reassure all of you in Spain of the determination of the federal government of Nigeria to continue to remain engaged with our compatriots in the diaspora for more purposeful partnership that impact our country and people.
He said despite the challenges of containing terrorist activities and other forms of threats to national security, as well as the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, his administration remains committed to addressing the infrastructure deficit with a view to creating the enabling environment for collective prosperity.
Our unity in diversity has always been our strength. I therefore call on all Nigerians, including those of you in diaspora, to join hands with us in building the Nigeria we desperately want. We have started the process leading to our national election in 2023. Our government is working tirelessly to ensure that the Independent National Electoral Commission delivers credible, free and fair elections and a smooth transition to the next democratic government. This is with a view concretizing our democracy and being an example to other African countries.
Chairman Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabri Erewa, coordinated the interactive engagement.
The key thing is he's following what everybody is doing and ensuring that we also engage with them and ensure that they're carried on along with the programs and policies of the federal government. I think that's just the key thing. How do Nigerians at home work with Nigerians in the diaspora to build a country of our dreams? Nobody can do it alone. So, and that is always the president's message. Ours is to follow up and ensure that those engagements turn to positive productivity for our country, Nigeria.
One of the professional footballers in Spain, Kenneth Omeruo, presented to President Muhammadu Buhari a football case and jerseys in appreciation of his support for sports, especially the Super Eagles. From Madrid, Spain, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
There's more on Panorama. Please stay with us.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
They are still there. The School to Farm program, introduced by the Universal Basic Education Commission, has started making the desired impact in Zamfara State, as demonstrated by a maiden public display of agricultural produce cultivated by the participating schools from across the state. The Agri Show, organized by Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board, provides a forum for an assessment of the initiative so far as the way forward. Jamil Ibrahim has more.
The agricultural exhibition organized by Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board is to showcase the farm produce realized from the implementation of the 2018 and 2019 agri-education program in some selected schools across the state. Pupils from the participating schools displayed farm produce such as millet, soybeans, maize, guinea corn, beans, groundnuts, among others, cultivated in their respective schools. One of the schools supported with goats now have them transformed into sheep and cows. Zamfara State Commissioner for Education Zainab Lawal Gumi, who declared upon the Agri Show in Gusau, expressed satisfaction of the success so far achieved in the implementation of the program.
The number of students that participated and what they grew over the 2 years is a great achievement in agriculture.
Some agri teachers of the participating schools underscored the positive impact of the program, as Zamfara State Universal Basic Education Board says it will be sustained and extended to more schools.
Most of our children will end up not knowing even how to farm, not even knowing some of the crops. But with the introduction of this program, the children are going to learn how to farm, which will, in the end, give them sustainability of their life.
This is a very, very good initiative because we're actually teaching these kids to rely on themselves.
Highlights of the event were the inspection of some of the farm produce samples displayed by the participating schools, interaction with the students, as well as the presentation of farm inputs to the most outstanding schools by the dignitaries. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
As part of efforts to bridge the gap of the needed national demand of 2.5 million metric tons of onions and enhance food security and gross domestic product in the country, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has organized a one-day workshop for onion farmers and officials of the federal and state governments. Sheikh Muhammad Datti reports that Sokoto, Katsina and Kaduna and Jigawa states from the northwest participated in the workshop in Sokoto.
The workshop brought together onion farmers, officials of the federal and state government in the agricultural sector of Sokoto, Kaduna, Katsina and Jigawa states. It is aimed at equipping the participants with the required knowledge and strategies on management of pests and diseases in onion production. Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. N.S. Afolabi, represented by Head of the Horticulture of the Ministry, Omotoshe Agbani, described onion production as a major contributor to the nation's gross domestic product. She enjoined the participants to use the opportunity wisely towards boosting their earnings.
This particular variety is better than we're giving them, is better, and definitely it will be a plus to the farmer in terms of yield. It will be, of course, creating jobs, and it will also ensure food sufficiency in the country.
State Coordinator, Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Engineer Sule Majid, called on the participants to make good use of the opportunity, urging them to use the seeds given to them to enhance production. President, Onion Producers and Marketers Association, Aliume Tisamu Isa, commended federal government for the gesture, calling for sustenance of the tempo for national development.
They are training us on adoption of improved production protocol, pest and diseases management and post-harvest handling, so that we can step up our production, we can improve the quality of what we produce, and also increase the shelf life of our onion in the storage facility.
Highlights at the event was projection of how best farmers can make use of the provided improved seeds, as well as symbolic presentation of the seeds to the farmers. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Datti, NTA News.
Now to our discussion segment. With me in the studio is Muhammad Bello Usman, professional commodity expert, to discuss on onion production and major contributor to national gross domestic product challenges and the way forward. Saya, welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
So, sir, national demand for onion is 2.5 metric tons. Are the farmers and producers meeting the demand for onions?
They are not meeting the demand because they are only succeeded in producing only 1.3 metric tons per annum, and that's the challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the quantity or quality of the products?
The quality is okay, but the quantity.
Okay.
And when we talk about the quality, our quality is one of the best in the world.
Okay.
We don't have problem of the quality,
okay,
but the issue is quantity, because we cannot produce that. We cannot meet the demand.
Okay.
Yes, because we need 2.5, but we only succeeded in producing about 1.2 to 1.4 metric tons per annum.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are some of the challenges faced?
Some of the challenges faced is we have post-harvest losses.
Okay.
Because about 30 to 40% of onion cultivated got damaged, and we have poor and inadequate storage, and we don't have a technical know-how of post-harvest handling, and we don't have accredited certified seeds. It's a major challenges we are facing for agriculture, for onion farming in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes.
So what does the production of the commodity contribute to providing employment?
Well, if you look at it in Nigeria, if you look at the number, we produce about 1.4. If you look at the number of people engaged from production, that is farmers, to the middleman, to the marketing, it provides a lot of jobs. At least within the line, we can assess maybe it provides 2 to 3 million people are engaged in onion farming in Nigeria, based on the production, processing, and the marketing. Because almost all the major towns in Nigeria we have onion market in Nigeria. So it's not all after farmers produced, then we take it to the market and equally they marketed it. So it provides a lot of jobs opportunity for Nigerians, direct and indirect.
Okay. So apart from domestic use, what else is onion used for?
It equally used for industrial use. Because now the Nestle are using it for Maggi, and Dougal are using it for Indomie. But we can even use it in the pharmaceutical companies. So it has both. We can use it both for consumption and industrial uses.
Okay. So onions are being exported to neighboring countries. Is there any value addition that can be done to improve the commodity?
Yes, there need to have a value addition because if you look at it, production without added value, you don't make much profit.
Yes.
But when you produce and you add value, even by packaging it, you'll make more money than just selling it directly from direct road, because you add more value when you add something into the primary production. So there is value for it. In Nigeria, we export to all our neighboring countries, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Benin. We all export it. I think we have it has an export value of $420 million. Our export for onion. We have about I think that level, $420 billion US dollars.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what do you think can be done to tackle some of the challenges you mentioned?
Some of the challenges can be tackled by creating an enable environment for private investors to come and set up storage houses, because that's a major challenges here, storage houses. Because a lot of onion, after you produce it, it got damaged because there is no place to hide it, because it's very perishable.
Yes.
So we need to improve on our storage facility. It's a major, and equally the seat.
Okay.
For now, we don't have any approved, accredited, improved seat. The seat is a major backbone. But whatever you do, if you don't have a good seat, you cannot produce anything. So they need to improve on seat. And the government is trying best, but they need to do more. Like now, I think recently, Prime Minister of Agriculture set up a onward storage house here in Muri. But the government is supposed to do more. Because as you are aware, gold is owner's gold. It provides a lot of job opportunity. Not only job opportunity, it can even provide revenue to the government. Because a lot of people are engaged in onion farming in Nigeria.
So you mentioned post-harvest loss is one of the challenges producers of onion face, as the current mode of preservation is using the traditional method. What can be done to improve that?
That is what I'm telling you. Private sector should come in, because we recorded a lot of loss because our farmers didn't know how technical know-how of handling post-harvest farming. That's why we say private sector should come in. Because the traditional way of keeping their onion is good, it allows it to get a lot of damages. But once you have migrated to modern storage building, it will go a long way in reducing the post-harvest losses, and it will boost the profitability for the farmers.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming on.
Thank you.
So that's our discussion with Usman Muhammad, an onion expert. So the Federal Road Safety Corps Sokoto Command is to embark on sensitization of drivers on dangers of overloading and traffic violation. Newly posted commander of the Corps, Kabir Yusuf Nadabu, stated this while on courtesy call on the Sultan of Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Detti, reports.
The sector commander was at the palace to introduce himself as the newly posted sector commander to Sokoto. Nadabu emphasized on the need for all stakeholders to do the needful in the fight against traffic rules violation, overloading, and dangerous driving. While thanking the Sultan for the audience, the sector commander solicited for the Sultan's voice to impress on the government the need to repair the Seapower Road, which had for years been responsible for death of many innocent souls. He pledged to do his best in ensuring that road traffic crashes are reduced in the state. Sultan Muhammad Saad Abubakar applauded the new sector commander for his foresight, pledging support and cooperation to the command. The Sultan noted that ignorance of traffic rules is a big challenge that needs to be checked. The monarch called for enforcement of traffic violation laws through the use of mobile courts. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Detti, NTA News.
Cynthia Ogun will now bring us sport updates.
Super Eagles coach Jose Pizarro has blamed the Super Eagles' loss to absence of VAR and the center referee denying the team a clear chance penalty. The former African champions Friday morning lost 0-1 to Ecuador in their second international friendly in the USA. Nigeria, who lost to Mexico 2-1 in the first games, will be returning from the USA tour empty-handed. Elsewhere, Super Eagles defender Kenneth Omeru, alongside the sports minister Sunday Dare in Madrid, the capital of Spain, presented a jersey to President Muhammadu Buhari on his visit. The president, who left Nigeria for Spain, had met with the Spanish president to sign a number of bilateral deals, including sports development. Omeru, who plays for Spanish side, is one of Nigeria's longest-standing members of the current Super Eagles. And finally, the Handball Federation of Nigeria has promised a spectacular second phase tournament in Lagos in what will be 50 years of handball in the country. This came after the first phase of the competition was rounded off Thursday in Abuja.
Our referees can be seen at the international stage too, and not just do things at a local level. So we're trying to do everything possible to see how we can keep upgrading the quality of the league.
What was obtained in the last four edition was not as fantastic as this, and that shows a synergy within the board members and at the same time the family of handball.
First phase winners Kano Pillars completed an unbeaten round of 11 games, defeating Lagos Seasiders 40-33 goals, with Safety Shooters beating Niger United 26-23 goals. With Sports Update, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
Panorama this afternoon. Remember to be a star. Connect with NTA. Stand against rape and rapists. Good afternoon.